Do you ever have a hard time finding a place for your home defense rifle? You want easy access, but most places with easy access are just not safe. And the places that are safe are nearly impossible to get that rifle in and out. Have you ever tried putting a rifle under a mattress and then tried sleeping on it? Well, what if I told you that there's a safe and accessible place where you can store your rifles, handguns, and anything else you want to keep out of the reach of children or visitors? You can with Tactical Walls. Alright, let's get right to it. The directions say to cut a 51-inch tall hole between two studs that are 14.5 inches apart. This is the second hole I cut because this was the first hole that I cut. Not good. Once you've got your hole ready to go, you can cut open the package and lay the mirror on the floor mirror side up. Once you've laid the mirror down, you'll need to open it up and then pull these little tabs, and that's how you get the mirror off of the frame that you're going to be screwing into the wall. The drawing wasn't very clear, so I thought I'd show you exactly how to do it here. Right, so you're ready to put this sucker into the wall. Just make sure that the latch is facing the right way. For me, I want the mirror to open that way, so I'm going to put the latch facing that way. You can flip it around either way. The top and the bottom are exactly the same, so it doesn't matter. If you want it to go that way, then put the latch facing that way. This thing came with 6 screws, but it has 8 screw holes, so I went and got a couple extra screws, and this baby is solid. Just while I was putting it in, that the 51-inch hole that it told me to cut in the drywall left a little bit hanging out on the top and bottom, so I decided to half that extra little bit of material top and bottom. So you'll see I've got a little bit of overlap where you can still see the drywall there. But I already test fitted the panels and they fit just fine, but I just thought I'd mention that I decided to half that extra drywall instead of have it stick out, you know, nearly an inch on either the top or the bottom. So there you go. Fit pretty rad. I'm already really stoked at how this is going to turn out. So now you're going to want to test fit where the magnets are going to go on the back of the panel. Don't stick them down just yet because you're probably going to reconfigure and move around exactly where you want your guns and your magazines to go a few times before you're ready to stick them down. The magnet placement probably took half of the entire time of this install. I wanted to get it just right so that I wouldn't have to go back and do it again. Once you're finished with the magnets, you can go ahead and screw the panels either into the studs or into the frame. I went ahead and screwed the panels on mine into the frame towards the front of the panel, so that if I ever need to take it out, I can just unscrew the 8 screws that hold the frame into the studs and the whole thing will come out, panels and all. As I was test fitting mine, I found that when I opened the mirror, some of the screws on the back of the mirror rubbed a little bit as it was opening and made kind of a rubbing noise. And since I'm kind of particular about that kind of thing, I took my grinder and I ground just a little bit of the flange of the panels down so that those screws, top and bottom, don't rub it anymore and don't make that noise. It worked out pretty nice, and you can't hardly tell that I did anything to it. Alright, so here's the finished product. It turned out awesome. All the lines and cuts are super clean, and it just looks really nice. You can't hardly tell it's anything but a mirror. So you just slide this little card over the middle of the left side of the frame there, and it pulls right open. So here's how I have this thing set up. So on the top, I've got a couple of magnets sitting vertically there on the right so that I can put all my mags up against those, and I've got a shelf on the left there to hold the rifle mags. And then right here, I've got a magnet behind each of the slides of these guns, and then the muzzle of the slide sits on that small shelf which holds it there nice and tight, and my tactical light is there on the left. This one as well has a magnet behind the slide. And down here I have another magnet on the left sitting vertically behind those 2 mags there as well, so I can stack a bunch of mags there and they won't fall over. And the rifle sits right in the middle. Works out pretty dang awesome. We're loving this thing. The kids don't know it's anything but a mirror, so that's nice, and it just works. We love it. Here it is, a little bit fuller with a bunch of mags, 4 handguns, and I'm telling you, this thing is just awesome. We love it. So give it a shot. Take a look at them, tacticalwalls.com, and you will not be disappointed with their products.